Alrighty, guys. Good afternoon to you all. February 5th, 2025 here, Wednesday. Hope you guys are all doing good this evening, this afternoon. We got stuff to talk about, guys. We are also going to be in weather coverage mode today on TikTok. If you guys will, make sure you guys go over there this afternoon. We're going to be live covering a severe weather event for the Tennessee, Kentucky, portions of southwestern Ohio, and West Virginia today. We will have the threat for tornadoes, damaging winds, and hail. It's a low-end threat today, but still not zero, so we'll be live for that, focusing on that. We've also got a significant ice storm as well as a winter storm, multiple winter storms oncoming today, this weekend, and next week. We've also got the West Coast as well under the winter weather alerts here for that atmospheric river, allowing for over 100 plus inches of snowfall up in the higher elevations of California. We've also got winter alerts along the West Coast as well for snow and rain, etc. over there. This time of the year, they get those atmospheric rivers, so nothing unnormal, but definitely going to be benefiting the rainfall totals over there to help with that wildfire that was ongoing, hopefully getting some of those water levels back up. But I'm going to be focusing on today what we're going to have ongoing. We've got all of these purple alert boxes. We've got ice storm warnings in southwestern Pennsylvania. We've got ice storm warnings in portions of West Virginia here. We've got winter weather advisories from Kansas through Iowa into Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, southern Michigan, into PA, and all the way up into portions of the Northeast here for what could be a pretty significant icing event. Basically already getting ready to go today and then go through tonight and into tomorrow before turning into an all snow event for the far Northeast quarter. And then we're going to have another storm, guys, coming in as we go towards the weekend that could have more snowfall and ice, as well as another one next week. Now, we are going to have severe weather today. It's going to be our other topic to discussion. We've already got showers and thunderstorms ongoing in portions of western Tennessee, eastern Arkansas, down into southern Illinois, and into portions of southwestern Indiana. This is going to allow for a chance for an isolated tornado or two later on this afternoon. We're going to have two rounds of storms, the ones that are coming through right now, and then we're going to have a bigger threat tonight as the instability moves in, that warm sector lifts. We're going to have a southwesterly wind that's going to allow for a little bit of spin in the atmosphere, some tornado genesis. So we do plan on going live for this event later on this afternoon into tonight over here on TikTok. So make sure you guys are following me on there. We'll be continuing to push out videos daily and forecasts daily, as well as live streams as according needed to be done here. Like I said, I do want to run over that severe weather threat that we're going to be talking about today. We'll go more in depth on those ice totals and snow totals here in just a few minutes. This is what the future models are suggesting here for our next 12 to 24 hours. We'll say we got this round of thunderstorms moving through this afternoon. This could pose some slight risk for tornadoes and wind and hail later on this afternoon, but tonight's going to be more of the main event. We see those showers and storms moving through tonight around dinner time, portions of eastern Kentucky, and then we're going to have that warm front lift, which will allow for a little bit more instability and convection to kind of get going as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Now, remember, this is not rain up here in Pennsylvania. This is actually going to be freezing rain that's going to be ongoing, as well as some snow, so I'll get to that here in just a second. But remember, if you're in Jackson, Nashville, Murfreesboro, Hopkinsville, Clarksville, up to Louisville, Kentucky, portions of western Kentucky here, Richmond, all the way up into southwestern Ohio and West Virginia, we'll have the threat for all modes of severe weather. Very low end. Like I said, have a way to get those weather alerts on your phone just in case that does happen. But this threat for severe weather will go through tonight. And now we've also got a severe weather threat for tomorrow. Damaging wind threat for portions of Tennessee here. I'll get to that second risk zone for tomorrow. We've got a new marginal risk zone for portions of southeast Kentucky and northern Tennessee here, north central Tennessee from Nashville through Clarksville over east. This is going to have what could be a staggered front that's going to move down with our system here, bringing the threat for early storms tomorrow morning through mid-afternoon for a chance of an isolated tornado and damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. So we will be live for this event, like I said, through tonight. We'll also be here just in case anything does in fact go crazy with any of this. Hopefully it does not, but just something to be very mindful of for anybody that's out in these areas tonight. Now, I do want to transition to the wintry side of things here. We'll go ahead and get our winter weather radar forecasting up here. Look at our precip type. As I mentioned, a pretty significant ice event that's going to develop here this afternoon into tonight for portions of the Ohio Valley and the Northeast. You can see those pink colors popping up for Missouri, portions of Iowa and Illinois later on this afternoon. That is going to be that freezing rain that's going to start to develop here. Icing is going to be a pretty big cause for most of this issue up here into the Ohio Valley. We're going to see that pink continue. We'll have a little bit of snow up into Minnesota and Wisconsin as we go through this evening into tonight, into the overnight hours. Maybe some Great Lake event snow up here ongoing as well into portions of northern Michigan. But you see all that pink, all that sleet mixing here into portions of northern Illinois, northern portions of Ohio, Indiana here into Michigan, and then eventually that sleet, freezing rain, snow transition as we go through the overnight hours tonight, and then eventually through tomorrow, this snow will move into portions of the Northeast. So we could see ice accumulation totals down into southern portions of Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and portions of Northeast Pennsylvania up into that quarter to a half inch, maybe even some areas seeing higher than that if they can get into these what we call high bands of convection that allow for freezing rain to fall at higher rates. Sometimes it can limit or exceed totals. So just be very, very mindful of that. We're going to have a lot going on today in the weather world as far as that goes. And then this system will be out of here by tomorrow. And then we'll have our second system that's basically going to move through as we go through the next couple of days here. Now, I do want to show you guys our jet stream here. We'll go ahead and flip over here to Pivotal. This is what's basically causing this system to happen. We've got a little buckle in the jet stream here that's going to be bringing in some cold air down out of Canada, as well as some warm, moist air out of the Gulf of Mexico. You typically get severe weather on that southern side, as well as the ice and snow that's going to be developing on that northern side where the warm front kind of sits and the cold front sits. We've got two different air masses that are clashing, allowing for this threat for this winter storm to happen. There goes our system off the east by Friday, and then we start to see that second wave come in. You can see our next system moving in for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It's going to basically move its way east across the United States here as we go into Saturday, and the threat for more snow, ice, and severe weather down in the same exact areas that are seeing it today and tomorrow going to be a threat again. And then after that, we start to see a different pattern change. We're going to start to see more of a subtropical jet stream that's going to advance here out of the West Pacific and into portions of the Dixie Alley here, where we could see an organized threat for severe weather early next week, as well as a major winter storm again in the Ohio Valley, potentially with that subtropical jet and that cold air coming in out of Canada. Another thing I want to note, we were talking about the threat for a significant Arctic blast. The models have kind of backed off on that towards the middle and end of February. We could still see a pretty cold air mass come down out of Canada, still kind of up in the air, but we see more of these dips in the jet stream as we go towards Valentine's week next week, basically signaling a very active pattern. Whether it's severe weather or winter weather, we're going to have to kind of wait and see what the models do with this, but very, very big dips in the jet stream, allowing for significant storms to develop, as well as maybe some severe weather. I think we'll have a lot of severe weather in these spurts that kind of happens, these bursts of severe weather events, as well as the threat for that winter storm potential. Now, another thing I want to show you guys here is going to be the precip type. We like to look at this. It shows us where our storms are going to advance. There's our ice and our severe weather and our winter weather event for today and tomorrow happening. We get a break on Friday and early portions of Saturday before our next winter storm comes in. You can see snow up here in the portions of the northern plains and the Great Lakes. A little bit of icing again for Pennsylvania, the higher elevations up there into New York, as well as severe weather down south into Kentucky and Tennessee potentially again before that cold air kind of sits in place. And then we get another front that comes through here with a higher chance of rain, severe weather, and snow into the Ohio Valley and the Northeast. Again, I think we're going to see some significant rain in Dixie Alley next week with a low-end severe weather threat. And then another one potentially coming in at the end of next week. I mean, guys, we are just going to be very, 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 very active for the next couple of days and really the next couple of weeks as far as the winter weather and severe weather side of things goes. Now, I want to show you guys these snow accumulations through next Monday. This is just kind of an idea of what we could see. We could see 5 to 8 inches of snow in that light purple to dark purple. Now, when we get over here to the Northeast, could we see potentially up to a foot of snowfall by the end of this week for some portions of the Northeast? It's possible. We're going to have to start to wait to see these short-range models, what they do for this weekend's event. I don't think we're going to get a lot of snow out of this first one. The next one we might be seeing some more snow up into like Maine, Massachusetts, portions of New York there. Anywhere the banding sets up where we get these 1 to 3 inches of snowfall rates per hour could also be an issue. Then possibly some snow developing into the lower Ohio Valley. And then we go into next week and we could see that second snowstorm coming in where we could see Pennsylvania and the Northeast really get dumped with snowfall. So the odds of snowfall in the Ohio Valley and the Northeast are going up for next week. To what standard does that mean? We'll have to get into more of that on the stream and as we go through the next couple of days. The ice accumulations as well that we're going to really have to focus on here. Very, very high icing accumulation from Ohio and Indiana through Pennsylvania and New York over the next 3 to 5 days here. So if you're in those areas, power outages are going to be possible. Don't drive unless you physically have to, especially in those higher icy accumulation potential areas, as well as the tree branches and tree limbs falling that could cause some power line ruptures, as well as just in general debris on the ground. So that's what I've got for you guys today. We do plan on going live here in the next couple of hours on TikTok. Make sure you guys follow me on there if you're not. Make sure you guys subscribe and leave a like and comment if you guys have any questions. But other than that, I appreciate y'all. Stay safe, be weather aware, and we'll see you in the next one.